I would like to welcome you to Between Countries, Perspectives on the Mental Health of Syrian Refugees in Germany and Turkey, a two-day event organized by the Turkish Red Crescent and the German Red Cross. Welcome to everyone participating in the Zoom call, and of course also to everyone who is following us through the live stream on YouTube. So the first expectations are there. Interesting exchange, very big, okay. Information, awareness raising, let's see. We'll go back to it at the end of today's session and see how your expectations have been met or changed and what you've taken from the event. So first of all, let me thank you all for coming here today. And then let's move on with some technicalities. As multiple languages will be spoken by panelists, please use the English channel for interpretation or deactivate and listen to the original one. All participants will be muted as a standard, but we'll have multiple Q&As just ask questions in the chat. The chat won't be published, so just put all questions there. And for questions in person, you can indicate that with a little star in the chat, so we can activate your microphone. Because the audio needs to be permitted by the host. Do we have anything else here? No. So then let me introduce myself. My name is Leo Wigger. I'm an editor at Zenit, one of Germany's leading media platforms on the extended Middle East. Zenit was initially founded by students of the Islamic Studies department at the University of Hamburg in the 1990s already, and has grown from there. I joined a little later than that, of course, as I'm a bit younger. But I'm also a fellow at the Berlin-based think tank Candid Foundation, and I'm delighted to lead you through the 2.5 days ahead of us as your host. Having followed the unfolding conflict in Syria for the past 10 years and knowing many Syrians myself, and just before the International Mental Health Day, I believe, I'm really looking forward to hear your stories about what really impacts mental well-being and after fleeing humanitarian crisis and slowly settling in a new environment. During the course of the next 2 days, we'll cover a broad range of subjects, from the mental toll of conflict, the experience of having to flee one's home, and that of arriving in a new country, with all the practical, cultural, and emotional challenges this entails, to the crucial questions of what kinds of mental health support actually work for those who might need it. As the Syrian crisis has had its 10th anniversary in March, it has resulted in the displacement of millions of people. I mean, roughly 4 million refugees in Turkey, roughly 850,000 in Germany. So these two countries host the two single largest communities of Syrian refugees. Many refugees have, despite many hardships that we aim to explore in more detail, started to rebuild new lives in their adopted countries. The German Red Cross and the Turkish Red Crescent have worked together in the field of mental health support in the mental health units of Turkish community centers, mostly. Is the sound working? Please, if there are any other issues, just comment. The German Red Cross and the Turkish Red Crescent have mostly work together in the mental health units of the Turkish community centers. We will we'll find out more about that later. And yeah, today's event is also supported by the German Federal Foreign Office. So let's look into the program of the next couple of days. First of all, why this event today? We want to create a forum for discussion in a sensitive and respectful way. This is to bring participants in direct contact with experts of various kinds, be it professional, be it by personal experience, and so on, to reflect, discuss, and exchange views and experiences. It's to pay tribute to all the people who agreed to share their stories. Thank you for that. Yeah, we want to listen to your stories, and in any ways, in case we experience technical difficulties or any other issue, one very important thing, because yeah, there are many people involved, be kind to each other, and let's listen carefully and help each other in case something goes south. Yeah, so I'd like to give you a brief breakdown of what we have planned for the upcoming day and also the second day. As you can see here, basically the general idea is to look into the mental effects of the situation of Syrian refugees, including the most common diagnoses and crucial aspects of the therapeutic setting on day one. So that's basically what you see here. We start with a joint session where we look at the mental effects of the Syrian crisis and of becoming a refugee. And then we have a presentation on the three most common diagnoses: anxiety disorder, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. See how they're interlinked and how they affect life. And after that, we have a longer Q&A, so all of your questions can be addressed, I hope. Yeah, don't be confused with the two time zones. I mean, one is for Germany and one is for Turkey, as indicated. And yeah, we then have a break of 15 minutes and continue with a video tour of a Turkish Red Crescent community center, followed by a Q&A with someone from a community center. Yeah, I mean, I mentioned them already, so there we can find out what they're about. And then we'll have a number of different breakout sessions for 1 hour. Basically, you are registered for one. So yeah, that's the breakout session that for 1 hour. I'll get into detail of the different breakout sessions in a moment. And then afterwards we have a concluding joint session with reflection on the breakout sessions, on shifting issues treated in therapy, and kind of move to this crucial moment of arrival and non-arrival and what implications that has for mental health. And then on let's look into the breakout sessions for today. So we have the role of interpreters, a holistic approach of the community centers run by the Turkish Red Crescent, and an introduction. This one is the only one that will be live streamed, because with all the breakout sessions, we only have one at each time that will be streamed in the live stream. So that's the one if you're following on YouTube. Then how to create a safe space for therapy is another one, the risk of secondary traumatization. And then we have 2 sessions of individual stories. There's one thing that I would like to note here, because the 2 breakout sessions are very similar, but most of the people who signed up for them signed up for the first one. So we have a much smaller number in the second one. So just please, once you joined, please figure out that the numbers are a bit more even. That would be highly appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, and then let's look into day 2. Can we see day 2? Perfect. Yeah, so on tomorrow we'll start again, with welcome and a recap of day 1. Then we'll have joint session with a panel discussion followed by a Q&A on the living situation of Syrian refugees in Germany and Turkey. And we'll have a break and then various breakout sessions. Show them afterwards, and again there will be only one that will be live streamed. And then we'll have another break, and we have a joint session, reflection on the breakout sessions, and a panel discussion on impactful connectors between the actual needs and the existing mental health services in the 2 countries, followed, of course, by a conclusion and a farewell. So, maybe we can have a short look at the breakout sessions for tomorrow. So female perspectives, the legal situation, the impact of the COVID pandemic, which is, if I'm not mistaken, the one that will be on the live stream. And is there any such thing as one Syrian community in Germany and Turkey? Another very interesting breakout session, but that one will not be on the live stream. So you have to sign up for that one. I think here the turnout seems to be quite equal so far, so we don't have to redistribute you here. That's it when we look at the program. So now I would like to hand over to Rushen Çetinkaya, actually, who's the deputy coordinator at the Turkish Red Crescent, for a few introductory remarks. It seems that Mr. Çetinkaya is not here yet. So let's start with the German side then. Marc-André Souvenir, if you are here already.
Yes. So
the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Of course, also a warm welcome to everyone from our side. A 10-year anniversary is, of course, not something that normally we would celebrate. An event where we would look back at what we have achieved and where we would be curious about what will come in the future. A 10-year anniversary of the crisis in Syria, however, that is no such event. And yet today, on behalf of the host of this Between Countries event, what we want to celebrate is each and every one of you. When we started together with our friends at Turkish Red Crescent to plan Between Countries, we had absolutely no idea how much traction, how much positive energy, and how much humanity we would be able to mobilize here. We had no idea how many people would agree to open up hidden corners of their lives, of their personal history, and of their souls, so that we could all benefit from their experience. Good ones, bad ones. We had no idea that so many of you not only wanted to hear what some humanitarian organizations had to say, but you would answer our call to this event to actively engage in mutual exchange. I think this justifies being grateful and to indeed celebrate. A few days ago, German Chancellor Angela Merkel gave a remarkable speech on October 3rd. On German national holiday, we commemorate the peaceful unification of two countries in 1989. On this date, many people lost their home country and lost their lives as they knew it, even without moving or fleeing the place. She described how many West German narratives made it look like lives of East Germans only really started after this unification, that their lives before that were nothing more than a burden, debt freight, or even ballast. She made a point that this is a blatant misperception, that biographies are not anything that can be ripped apart, partly ignored, or even cleared. Many of you in this virtual meeting room, I'm sure, know exactly what she meant. What we can influence, however, is how those memories define us and what influence they have over time on our mental state. That it is Red Cross and Red Crescent societies hosting an event like this is no coincidence. Through our volunteers, we know exactly about the power that lies with communities. We know about their strength, about their resilience. Our movement actually lives off the fact that individuals do not only care about themselves and their families, but also about their neighbors, about their communities. Volunteers, people with all kinds of biographies, people like you and me, guided by our fundamental principles, have enabled us to be the largest humanitarian movement on this planet. Between countries will, I hope, invite you all to open up, to share, and to engage. It won't be on Syria, nor will it be on Syrians. It will be individual people from Syria sharing parts of their very personal journey and their current reality. That you're here today makes us very proud and thankful indeed. For both the German Red Cross and for the Turkish Kizilay, today is an occasion to celebrate. For the past decade, we have been supporting people who had to flee their homes in Syria. To see you here, active, engaged, that means a lot to us. That means a lot to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now I think Mr. Chitinkaya is ready. Yes. Okay, let's wait for a little bit.
Hello?
There we go. Now we can hear you.
Super. Sorry, but I think some of the problems also happening. Sorry, now I am in the car and need to arrive at the airport to go to frontiers and the border of the Turkey and Syrian side. And sorry for this also, because just I'm trying to manage my times as just I'm the operational manager for community centers. Again, I'm so sorry for this. Just
Mr. Chitinkaya, can you speak a little louder, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
How is now? Is it good now?
Slightly better.
Yeah. Sorry, just I'm trying to do my best because I'm in the car and trying to arrive at the airport to go the borderline for the Syria and Turkey. Just I'm trying to manage my time. Sorry for this also. As you know, Turkey is the point of the people who are very vulnerable and coming from Syrian side, and in Turkey is also need some of the humanitarian assistance. And Turkey, as Turkish Red Crescent, we are trying to do our best with our stakeholders. For example, German Red Cross. And together we are facilitating the people living in the Turkey via our psychosocial support and psychiatric services. And now for these services also, we need all times the international and national supporting by anywhere. German Red Cross also have some of the operations in many countries and provided the humanitarian assistance for all vulnerable groups. And Turkish Red Crescent also have a big operations in Turkey. You know, also around 4 million people living in there and in cities and urban areas at all times needing the humanitarian assistance. And this is a very huge situation for us and issues for us. we are all times have a negotiation and discussion with our stakeholders to increase our services for these people. And many times we need the international and national partnership with the government institutions, because it is a kind of, it is a, sometimes related allowing and official permission to provide the migration services in anywhere also, like Turkey is also have some of the guides and the regulations, and sometimes need the big operations in Turkey. Also, Turkish Red Crescent all times trying to do the best with the IFRC, International Federation, and Red Crescent, Red Crescent. And today and these 2 days also, our team also will contribute anything related to our psychosocial support and psychiatric services, how we manage, how we facilitate, how we provide, and how we reach the people and affecting of the people, the situation of the affecting of the people also we will just submit our sites. And today, just I want to keep it very short because the event is very huge also. The schedule is very huge, so you need to start early. Again, thank you very much. Sorry, just my name is Rushan Çetin. I am deputy coordinator. Again, it's now I'm late. I'm just manage all the community centers in the 20 cities, and all these cities very far, so far between them also. And now I will go to the Hatay community centers with the team, and we will manage our Turkish side and a little bit the Syrian side also, because daily some of the cases coming from the Syrian side, and we need the response, and our responsibility is very huge for this also. Again, for this, and I need to close my speech, and I will follow on the zones also. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining in, Mr. Çetinkaya. Well, I think, yeah, we have time maybe for a quick 3-minute break until we start with our first session. But yeah, please be back here on time.